Okay, so let us start. So in last class we studied about the aspects of the planet, and we also started dignity of the planets. So about aspects of the planet, we covered the seventh aspect of all the planets, all the seven planets. Then we also studied the spatial aspects of Mars, Saturn, and Saturn, and Jupiter. Right? These three have spatial aspects. And then we also studied about the partial aspects. Like all other planets also have third, seventh, fourth, eighth, fifth, and ninth aspects, but these are partial aspects for rest of the planets. For these three, they are special aspects. Like for Mars, fourth and eighth are special aspects. For Jupiter, fifth and ninth are special aspects, and for Jupiter and for Saturn, third and tenth are special aspects. Okay, so we covered this in the last class. Now, one thing more about Rahu and Ketu. Now, Rahu and Ketu does not have seventh aspects, but now there are difference in views. Some people take fifth and ninth aspect of both Rahu and Ketu. Some people, what they say, like one of the teachers from whom I learned Jyotish, he used to take fifth, ninth, and 12th aspect of Rahu, and did not he never used to take any aspect of Ketu. So there is difference in views. Now it basically depends on the practice. Like that particular teacher always used to tell us that as per my experience, 12th aspects of Rahu works really well. So I take 12th aspect as well as fifth and ninth. And Ketu doesn't have any aspects. Now when he is saying 12th aspect of Rahu, so since Rahu moves in the reverse manner, so in general, it is saying it is like saying second aspect, like because Rahu is retrograde, always retrograde. So it always Rahu and Ketu always moves in the reverse manner. So 12th aspect of Rahu by generally means second aspect. Like for normal planets, which will count the second house, that will be the 12th house for the Rahu. So that's how he used to count it. So this was about the aspects of the planets. Now this, like the about Rahu and Ketu, I generally take fifth and ninth aspects. Okay, like I have studied from different teachers. Most of them used to take fifth and ninth aspects, but then I told you about the special case from of one of my teachers who used to take 12th aspects. So now it basically you can check in most of the books. You will also find fifth and ninth aspects. So you can check, you can practice. While when you will be practicing, you can take whatever aspects which suits best for you. Okay. Now this was about Rahu and Ketu's aspects. Now there is one more thing known as conjunction. Now conjunction means any planet sitting with that particular planet. Like for example, two planets are sitting in same house. Say so when two planets are sitting in same house, they influence each other much more than a planet which is aspecting it, because they are actually sitting in the same house. So they have a lot of influence on each other. Okay. Now why we are studying all this? See, and aspects, then like all these things basically decide the strength of the planet. Now whenever we are doing predictions, first we have to analyze the strength of planet, we have to analyze the strength of house, then only we will be able to make any predictions. Okay, so whatever we are studying right now, like from the aspects also we can check the strength of the planet. And then the dignity basically means strength only. Okay, it basically gives you the indication of the strength of the planet. Okay, so from the dignity also we will judge the strength of the planet. So there is not just one factor. Let's say because in the last class we also introduced what is exaltation and debilitation. Let's say a planet is exalted, that means it is very powerful, but that is not the only effect. Okay, we have to see whether it is sitting with a malefic planet or a benefic planet, that malefic or benefic planet is a friend or an enemy, or whether it is getting a aspect from a malefic or benefic planet, or the house in which it is sitting, who is the lord of that house and how powerful is that lord. So all these things comes into the picture while we have to analyze all these parameters to understand, to judge the strength of that planet. Similarly, to judge the strength of a house also we have to analyze various parameters. Okay, so this part is clear. Any doubt in this? Okay, let us
Clear, clear, ji,
okay
clear. Ji.
okay let us move further. Now let us go to the exaltation, debilitation, the dignity part. Okay, now every planet, as we discussed in the last class also, see, every planet is sign of two houses. Sun and moon are two planets which are lords of one house each. Other than sun and moon, all five planets are lords of two houses each, exception of Rahu and Ketu. Okay, Rahu and Ketu have also got some you can call sub lordship. Okay, like some people take Ketu as sublord of Scorpio and Rahu as sublord of Aquarius. Now again there is difference in opinion in this, but this is the most standard sublordship. But you might find some other sublordship also in different books, but this is the most common one. Rahu being sublord of Aquarius and Ketu being sublord of Scorpio. Okay. Okay, now this is about the planetary lordship. Now, sun, see, every planet has two type of energies, a positive and negative. Positive means you can say that uh, every planet receives the cosmic energies and then it transmits the cosmic energies, and this is how it influences us. Okay, so every planet is a receiver as well as the transmitter. So that receiving part is the positive part, and the transmitting part, sorry, receiving part is the negative part and the transmitting part is the positive part. That is why you see every planet has the two houses. One is one indicates its negative house, one indicates its positive house. Negative is not in the sense that it is doing something negative or doing something malefic. Negative basically means like it's like male and female. Okay, and if you will observe carefully, like we had that thing like in one of the earlier classes, we also studied that every rashi we gave sex to, like gender to the rashi also. So all the odd rashis are male and all the even rashis are female. So if you will observe carefully, every planet is a lord of one male rashi and one female rashi, except sun and moon. Sun only has the transmitting part and moon only has the receiving part. So sun is the father, it only gives, and moon is the mother, it always nurtures. It has that female thing. Okay, sun has that male thing. So that's why sun is the lord of Leo, which is a male rashi, and moon is the lord of Cancer, which is a female rashi. All other planets, all other five planets are the lords of one male rashi and one female chart. Okay, so this was about the rulership of the various planets. Okay, now every planet has an exaltation rashi. Exaltation sign is that sign at which the planet is highly, like, this is the place at which the planet is highly energized, and it is like it is most active. It can give you the maximum results of that of it in your chart. Okay, and the second best sign is known as Mool Trikon. Okay, Mool Trikon is the second best sign. Like now let us understand first. Let us take the example of sun. So sun we know is the ruler of Leo. Now let us go to its exaltation sign. Its sun is exalted at 10 degrees Aries. Now Aries whole will be taken as the exaltation sign, but that particular degree 10 degree is the maximum exaltation point. There is also known as something called as Ucha. So when the sun is nearing to Aries, like when sun is about to go to Aries, like it might mean Pisces, when it is about to reach to Aries. So that that part is known as Uch means it is going to be like it wants to get the exaltation. Okay, so let's say sun is maybe in Pisces, maybe 28 degree, maybe 27 degrees, or maybe in Aries also 1 degree, 2 degree. So that position of sun is known as Uch, like it is wanting to get, it is wanting to reach the highest exaltation point. Okay, and when it like such a planet, when it is about to reach that its highest exaltation sign or highest exaltation point, is very like it gives very good results. It gives, it is the most, it is very energized, when you know that, like for example, you are about to you reach your best house, like your best place, you get very excited, when you are just about to reach, oh yes, ab to ho gaya. Like it is same, like it is the same situation with the planet. When they are about to reach, then they get very excited. Okay, so 10 degree Aries is its highest exaltation or Uch point, Uch Rashi. Now, just opposite to it is its debilitation point, just 180-degree opposite to it. So, seventh house from Aries is Libra. So, at 10 degree Libra is its debilitation sign. Now, 0 to 20 degree of Leo. Now, Leo is the like sun is the honor of Leo. Leo is its own house. Okay, now within its own house, 0 to 20 degree is the, like when it is within this range 0 to 20 degree, that is its Mool Trikon, that it is second best. It is very comfortable. Like I in the previous class I gave you the example of, like he is in his office, he is of, like he is in command, he is very comfortable. So 0 to 20 degree is the Mool Trikon sign, and when it crosses 20 degree, then we'll, because it is anyways, it's the honor of Leo. So now it has left its Mool Trikon thing, but still it is its own sign. So that is known as its own sign. Okay, so let's say, like if let us say if sun, like let us take the example of moon. Now moon is moon has moon trikon in Taurus. Okay, so its own sign is Cancer. Okay, now these are two different things, but here since 0 to 20 degree was taken by mool trikon, so we are only left 10 degree for the own sign. Okay, so this portion is clear, na? This the difference between mool trikon and own sign. Any confusion in this?
I'm not clear, but I think we can proceed. I think further, I slowly I can able to relevant to that.
See, generally within the lordship, generally let us forget the sun and moon, but for other five signs, like every planet has two lords, like two houses which it rules, two rashis which it rules, right? So one of it is mool trikon sign, and like maybe not fully, like some of that range, like you can see in the mool trikon sign, like Mars owns Aries, so up to 0 to 12 degree is the special thing, which is the mool trikon thing, and rest whatever is left in Aries, we will call it as its own sign because it owns it. Mars is owner of
Yeah,
Aries.
that applicable for all the signs, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
Saturn, Venus,
applicable for
Jupiter.
all the signs.
Okay, got it. Now I got it. Yeah.
Okay. So for moon, its own sign is Cancer. Moon feels exalted at 10 degree or 3 degree Taurus, debilitated at 3 degrees Scorpio, and Mool Trikon is 3 to 30 degree of the Taurus. Okay, now see here, it feels exalted at till 3 degree. After 3 degree, it becomes its Mool Trikon. Here there is like after exaltation, it becomes its Mool Trikon. In previous case, Mool Trikon and own sign were common. Here, exaltation and Mool Trikon were common. Okay, and for Mars, Mars is 0 to see its Mool Trikon is 0 to 12 degrees. So rest of the Aries is its own sign. Okay, and Scorpio is anyways its own sign. So Mars has like Mars owns two signs, Aries and Scorpios. So 12 to 30 degree Aries and Scorpio becomes own sign. Exaltation, Mars feels exalted in Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. Okay, so it is 28 degrees Capricorn, and debilitated again 180 degree opposite to it, 28 degree Cancer, and this is Aries. So similarly for other planets as well, like you can I will send you this table, or you can take a screenshot of this if you want. Okay, so you can take the screenshot, and this is like this is just we have to learn it. Okay, there are ways to, like, you can relate it with their properties, you can relate it with their with the stories, planetary stories, and then it becomes a little easier to remember which planet becomes exalted in which sign, like, because the exaltation sign is most important. Once you remember the exaltation sign, the debilitation sign you can remember easily because it is just 180 degree. Okay, and Mool Trikon is also not a problem because except for this Taurus, you will see one of the sign is Mool Trikon. The one of the sign which that planet owns is the Mool Trikon sign, and whatever is left becomes the own sign. Okay, so this becomes easier. Just you have to remember the exaltation sign. So just remember, like, you have to learn the exaltation sign for each planet. Okay, for Rahu and Ketu, like this in this table it is given for Rahu Taurus and Ketu Scorpio. In another book I found, like in one book I found both Scorpio, in some book I found opposite, like for this Scorpio and for this Taurus. So this is a bit like Rahu Ketu, like Rahu Ketu are 2 points, like, or two planets which are really, like, people have very different opinions. Different authors have very different opinions, and they are actually very difficult to decode. For rest of the planets, things are easier, like there are they are clear cut rules. But for Rahu Ketu, it is as per the experience. Okay, so this was about exaltation, debilitation, own sign, and Mool Trikon. Any confusions in this?
No confusion. But send me this on the WhatsApp only, just for saving this.
This I'll send you send this on the group.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So after this exaltation and debilitation, again we'll have to go through this friendship table. Okay. Now this is the table I think which I shared earlier also. Okay, when I was describing the planets. So this is a table which we shared earlier also. Now there are two type of friendships. One is known as natural friendship and another is known as temporal friendship. So this table gives you the natural friendship. Like, the natural friendship does not depends on any horoscope. It remains as it is for anyone. Like for you also, these are the natural friends. Like moon is the natural friend of sun, It doesn't matter it's your horoscope or my horoscope. But when we see, like, you might have a different ascendant and I might have a different ascendant. Now depending on the ascendant, in fact not on the ascendant, depending on the location of the planets in your chart and depending on the location of planets in my chart, okay, temporal friendship will change. Natural friendship will remain same. So natural friendship is, I think, this I have already taught. Let us go to temporal friendship, or the which is known as Tatkalik Mitrata, Tatkalik Maitri. You see the screen, this North Indian chart. Is
Yes,
this
I can able to see.
okay? Okay, let us say, let us place any planet in this house. Let's say I am placed Sun here in first house. Okay, so any planet sitting in second, third, fourth, 12th, 11th, and 12th. Any planet sitting in these 6 houses will be a temporal friend of Sun. You got it? Any planet, okay, let me just place some planets.
Sir, if his sun is in second house, then the same logic will apply, right?
Okay, let us change the, let me just deselect it. Let us take the case of moon then, okay? Here, because moon is in second house, na? Anything left? I have just randomly picked and dropped it. I have not followed any rule. Okay, so I have just randomly picked and dropped planets. Okay, let us take moon. So for moon, any planet placed in this 3 houses here, 3 houses here, they are its natural, sorry, temporal friends. Okay, let me just displace. Wait a minute. Sun, where is Mars? Mars is still left, na? Mars is left, and Guru is also there. Okay. Now, can you tell who are the temporal friends of Moon?
Mercury,
Ketu,
Ketu,
Maitri.
Ketu,
Good,
Mercury,
good, sir.
Ketu, Mercury, and what else?
Sun, Saturn, and Rahu.
Sun, Saturn, and Rahu. These are the temporal friends. And who are the temporal enemies?
Mars and Jupiter.
Mars, Jupiter, and Venus as well. Okay, although Venus is sitting in the same house, that is also a temporal enemy. Okay, you got it? So,
Yes, sir.
any planet sitting
How
in,
do we, how,
yes,
yeah, how do we define that? How do we count that number? Which are the numbers?
so any planet sitting in second, third, and fourth houses from that planet, second, third,
Okay.
and fourth, and 12th, 11th, and 10th. 12th, 11th, and 10th house from that planet. Okay,
Any planet for that.
any planet. So,
Okay.
like 3 houses to this side, 3 houses to that side. That becomes a temporal friend. And rest of the houses, even that houses itself, okay, becomes a temporal enemy. So it's like planets sitting nearer to me are my temporal friends, planets sitting far, very far away and just with me are my enemies. Okay.
That is on the birth chart.
Yeah, that's on birth chart. It depends on your birth chart.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
So Rahu Ketu also comes into play in
yeah,
this.
Rahu Ketu also comes into play. Okay. So temporal friends and natural friends is clear. Now how do we use them? So you can see the slide, right? So now we understand what who are the natural friends, and as per the chart, as per the location of the planets in the chart, we will understand who are the temporal friends. Okay. Now based on that relationship, we will actually find out whether what is the final result. We will have to see. So for every planet we will have to see whether he is a temporal friend of that planet or not, or whether he is a natural friend of that planet and not, and then we will find the final result. This is known as Panchadha Maitri or compound friendship. Panchadha Maitri. Okay. So let's say like two planets are natural friends and they are temporal friends as well. So that means they are very good friends. This is known as Adhimitri, great friends. This is the final result. These are great friends. So they will do good to each other. No, they are the really best buddies. So they will do a lot of favor to each other. So this becomes a very good condition for both the planets. Okay. Now see, in natural friendship and enmity table, they can be friend, they can be enemy, they can be neutral. But in the temporal friend thing, they can either be enemy or they can either be friends. There is nothing known as neutral in temporal relationship. Okay. So in natural relationship, if a planet is neutral but in temporal one is friend, so he is just a friend. It's a good friend kind of thing. Neutral plus friend, good friend. But here it becomes enemy plus friend, then it, because one is enemy, one is friend, so net result is neutral. So they will be neutral to each other. Again, friend plus enemy, same thing, enemy plus friend or friend plus enemy, again neutral. So but neutral plus enemy, because the here there is no friendship element, it was a neutral here and enemy here, so that means it is an enemy. But if both side enemy, that means very bitter enemy. This is a very difficult condition. If two planets are bitter enemy, then they will not do good for each other. So when one's dasha will come, then it will show the effect. Okay. Let's say two planets A and B are bitter enemy. So if B's dasha is there or B's transit is there, since it's a bitter enemy of A, like A is bitter enemy of B, it both will have the effect. Like A will also give a very bad effect, and now like it will be a difficult period for the person. Okay. So this compound relationship, is this clear?
Got it. Got it. We need to see the practical implementations to understand this detail.
Right, right.
Concept is fine. Yeah.
Concept is clear, na? See, friend plus friend, very good friend. Friend plus enemy becomes neutral. So it is like one positive, one negative. One positive plus one positive, very positive. One positive plus one negative becomes neutral, or one is already zero and one is positive, then it's one positive. It is like simple mathematics. Like this is very simple mathematics. There is nothing to be worried or to learn on this. Just you have to understand what is the relation. Like you have to find out whether they are natural friends or not. Then you have to find out whether they are temporal friends or not. Then we can find out the natural result. This is known as Panchadha Maitri. Okay. So this is clear. So I think I'll keep the session till here. I think now in the next class we will study about retrograde planets and combustion. These are two very important things which are still left, because retrograde again it will come into the picture again and again. Combustion also it will come when we are doing the predictions. Combustion is also come. Okay, so we'll cover these two. These are small concepts. Like, in fact, no concept is small. I have had, like, when I was studying, there were 2 hours class on just combustion, like a separate 2 hour class on combustion, a separate 2 hour class on just retrograde. So we can actually, like, there are actually books on just combustion and retrogrades and all such things. So they could be very, you can elaborate them, like people have done a lot of research on it, or you can, the concept is very simple concept. I can tell in just 5 minutes, but yes, you can expand the concept as much as you like. Okay, anyways, we will finish the session here. So if there are any doubts in the sessions, we can, in this session we can discuss.